Shalom, Yasha Allah, Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'd like to begin by saying I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, whom I worship. Double honors to my elder apostles of Great Moonstone who taught me this word, the sincerity and in truth, and who rule well and are still doing the work, still on the highways and byways, doing the work so that they may receive their crowns of salvation. Salutation to all the Akim and hopeful elect throughout the world who are doing the same. I saw this article. Oh, and peace and blessings to the believing witnesses who are faithful, who are believing, who um, uh, help us in this, in this ministry, to push this word out. So may the Lord be with you all and protect you from what's to come. That He grant you salvation. So I saw this article here on NPR News. CDC Director: very aggressive contact tracing needed for U.S. to return to normal. So, in other words, he's saying in order for the U.S. to open up shop again, for lack of a better term, that something called contact tracing has to be put in place. And from what I get from it is that they want to be able to trace everyone who has contracted the COVID-19 coronavirus disease. And what it seems to me is that what they're trying to do is get everyone microchipped, and they want to use this COVID-19 coronavirus disease pandemic as an excuse to get everyone chipped. See, so holy hell is about to erupt here in the United States, in America, and throughout the world, man. Once they try to do this, because you have a lot of people who believe in the Bible, and then you have people who don't, that may not necessarily believe in the Bible, but they don't want they don't want to be traced, man, and give that kind of power to the government so that they can have knowledge of their every whereabouts. You know what I'm saying? So we are definitely this is definitely the year of prophecy, and if they don't mandate the chip this year, then most definitely, and I heard that Apostle Har even saying it, more than definitely, or most definitely, it would be the beginning of next year, But let's see how everything pans out. So I'm going to read this, right? This is CDC Director: very aggressive contact tracing needed for U.S. to return to normal, which is not normal. It will never return to normal after all this, after so many people lost their jobs and small businesses closed down or had to close down because they were not considered essential. They have a saying now, the new is going to be a new normal, and that ties in with the new world order, and it was systematically created, and it was systematically created by the elites of this society. Okay. So let me go on to read the article, right? It says, it's the question on everyone's minds. What will it take for us to come out of this period of extreme social distancing and return to some semblance of normal life? It turns out that the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has been working on a plan to allow the U.S. to safely begin to scale back those policies. CDC Director Robert Redfield, and that's definitely a suitable name for this Edomite, spoke with NPR on Thursday, saying that the plan relies on not only ramped up testing, but very aggressive contact tracing of those who do test positive for the coronavirus, and a major scale up of personnel to do the necessary work. Contact tracing is the process of finding and reaching out to the contacts of someone who tests positive for an infectious pathogen. Those contacts are then quarantined and monitored. And if any, and who, they could deem anyone to have the virus. They could deem someone with the common cold to, oh, you have the coronavirus. That's it. Quarantine them. Um, and that's it, man. And then give force the chip on their ass or whatever, or the vaccination on them. And there's talks about the vaccinations having the chips within them, man. It says contact tracing is the process of finding and reaching out to the contacts of someone who tests positive for an infectious pathogen. Those contacts are then quarantined and monitored. And if any of them are also positive, the process is repeated with their contacts and on until the chain of transmission is halted. It's a labor-intensive, time-consuming practice, and also, where they getting the money to do all this shit? See, showing you that they had this plan all along. Labor-intensive, time-consuming practice that for decades has been a fundamental public health tool for containing infectious diseases. Contact tracing was used in Seattle and parts of California early on in their coronavirus outbreaks, but as community spread took hold, many cities and states switched to a mitigation approach, like closing schools and other social distancing measures. Now, much of the country is on lockdown, with a few exceptions. To be ready for those measures to ease up, Redfield said his agency is ramping up America's capacity to do more contact tracing. We are going to need a substantial expansion of public health field workers, he said. This, along with ample testing, is what will be needed to make sure that when we open up for good. Yeah, now the only way, how they going to do that? Well, one of the measures they're going to take is mandating an RFID chip, okay, with people's personal info on it, their health info on it, what blood type they are, and if they had previous illnesses or whatever, or diseases, such as diabetes or what have you, and then also if they were diagnosed with the COVID-19 virus, and to track them. And once they start there, they're gonna want to do it to everyone, man. Track everyone, even if you don't got it, because they even saying that, oh, you may not have the symptoms, but you may have it and spread it to. How in the hell? So this is some straight up. That's why they've been calling it a scamdemic. This whole thing was done and set. It's man-made. Okay. All right. And they're not saying that it's not no actual virus out there. Now they're saying that that the 5G technology, with these 5G towers being set up for the 5G networks, for higher speed for your internet and data and for your phones and all that. They're saying that it's the 5G radiation that is causing all this to happen. I believe that, but as time goes on, we will know the truth. But we know that this is definitely the times that the end days, man, the time of prophecy. So Lord willing, I'm gonna come back to this, and I could put some bring out some scriptures, of course, but I'm gonna follow this. I'm gonna put the link in the description box below, so you can check it out for yourself in its entirety. So this is Elder Sakaran signing off. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. Shalom.